Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So it's have been only 14 members. Yeah, how was the weekend? No change of weekday and weekend? All are holidays, right? All of you had a breakfast? Channa Keshav. Right. Venkata Pradeep. Okay. So what are the topics we discussed in last class and lab?
With how can we get success upon a business from family networks, peer networks?
Okay, right. So I received all your documents and you did well. And today or tomorrow, I will create an assignment in Moodle box. So there you upload all your posters there. We consider that it as a day-to-day evaluation for lab sessions. And so what definition we have given for computer networks in last class? Or you can tell me, how can we define a computer network?
So a network in where two or more devices are interconnected to each other for the purpose of communication.
What is meant by interconnected? What is meant by interconnected?
Being connected through a medium.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, let's start our session. So last session and last class, we just completed the introduction of computer networks. So it's about how can we connect or through a channel, whether it is a connection oriented channel or a connectionless channel. For example, through LAN cables or by using Wi-Fi resources or hotspots, many combinations are there. So through those medium, how can we connect multiple systems? That system is a combination of a desktop or a laptop or a mobile phone or pager. Any electronic gadget is able to having some intelligence and having capable to share some information, having some capability to receive some information. That type of structure is called computer network. In simple words, collection of multiple devices interconnected through a specific technology or a medium, the transmission medium, for the effective data communications. 3 points: computer networks, data communication, network media. Computer networks, data communication, and network media. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now,
So, excuse me, sir, once can you repeat those 3 points?
yeah, so for effective, so in general, so when we are talking, for example, we need to communicate with each other. We want to discuss something. That something should be, for example, I'm explaining something to you either in a physical classroom or through this virtual platform, whether my voice is audible or not. First thing, first point, whatever things I explain, that should be crystal clear or clearly understand by you, or that voice is, there is no distractions of those voice. First point, that is called data communication. What I am telling, that should be clear to you, right? Second point, for effective data communication, that network transmission media should be efficient or reliable one. Yes or no? For example, we connected to some mobile data, for example, low bandwidth mobile data. Is it possible to communicate data efficiently? First question.
No, sir.
No. So to establish a computer net, for example, we act as a members to create a network. What type of perimeters we need to consider? First thing, for establishment of network, we need a different types of systems. And to connect in those systems, we need an efficient network. If network is efficient, then only we are able to communicate our data well. That is, there is no loss of data. For example, if our network is not good, so I am saying something that is not audible to you. So it is not an efficient data communication. Whatever the strength and whatever the packet or whatever the data I am sending here, the same strength, same data should be received by the receiver also. Then that is called data communication. So to achieve that one, what are the parameters I need to consider? First thing, network plan. So for example, we want to construct a network. We are 60 members here. So we want to construct a best network to communicate these 60 members. What are the parameters I need to consider? Or what are the parameters we need to consider? We want to design a network. Forget about technology. Before starting our journey, what is our expectation from this network plan? You can tell me anything. Discussion is very important here. Whatever things you mind, just bring it on. For example, computer 1, computer 2.
So are you
We
sharing?
are not sharing any screen.
Okay. Just a minute. Sorry for that. Now it is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Sorry. Right. So here I'm taking, for example, I'm taking 4 members here. Any 4 members? Chandra is there. Venkat, Srinidhi. Chandra, Venkat, Srinidhi, Divya. For example, I'm taking one system, Chandana, Venkat, and Srinidhi, some other Divya. Right? So, and myself, so we are planning, just example, because I am not able to write all the 60 members here. I'm taking 4 students here. We want to establish, we want to design our own network. It is not a Facebook, it is not a Zoom, it is not a Google Meet. It is already developed. For example, we want to design a perfect network. What things we need to consider here? I want to establish a connection. Like this way. Okay. So can we say that it is a good network? Whether it is a secure network, whether it is a reliable network, whether it is a efficient network, in what way we can decide it? My first question is it possible to share everything by Chandana towards Kranti? My first question. Or Srinidhi, because we are connected, or Venkat. My first question is, whatever the data that Venkat computer having, so is it possible to share all the data to Kranti Kumar? Is it fair? Or I'll explain another way. We have a family network, we have a peer network. So family contains a son and father. Family contains a daughter and father, or mother, or mother. So whether the son share everything to your father, whether this daughter share everything to her father or mother, everything. Answer my question, please.
No,
You can
sir.
post in chat box also. No, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they will discuss up to some point. There should be a filter. Yes or no? So my first question is, before designing a network, we need a privacy. Yes or no? This is very most important. Data privacy. Is it or not? So system doesn't do anything. System doesn't have any intelligence, but we have intelligence. By using our human intelligence, we want to design a set of network. Among those network, which information is shared to whom? Whether he is the intended person or not, whether he is the authorized person or not. For example, he belongs to our family network. We can discuss our family matters, but not about your college matters, or but not about what they are discussing between friends. For chit chat and fun things, something related to enjoyments or films, movies, class bunking, all these things that communication should be with the friends only, not with the faculty members or not with the parents. This is the real-time scenario, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
In the same way, you want to habituate the same thing to your computers also. So when we are working for example, when we are having a Facebook profile, so what are the things you shared in Facebook profile? You have a Facebook account. What things are you feel that what are the things you can share on Facebook profile? Your name, okay. Your father name, okay. Your mother name, that is also okay. What about your credit card details? Are you sharing your credit card details in Facebook?
No, sir.
No.
sir.
Or debit card details? Or your personal
No, sir.
information? Your private photos? No, no, no. So this is all data related to single user only. But for single user, they have a different filters. Public filter, private filter, personal filter, like this way. So in your real life, what is exactly in our mind, that should be projected to this network also. Your network is also supported your privacy. Your network is also should give respect to your personal things. So that is called network plan. In this network plan, most important thing is information. Information importance, right? Let us see what are those things and what things we are in here. So networking computers first and tracking the connections later. This point is very important. Networking computers first, because I don't mind about the connections. I connected all the systems anyway, I think, without considering any filtering. I connected all the devices to all the devices. So if a one person send a message, it is act like a broadcasting. Broadcasting means what?
Sending to all
Send
of
it to all. For example, you want to say something about your personal thing to your friend. When I'm doing like this, when I'm designing this networking, computers first, I connected to all the computers. This computer may be your father computer. It is an office computer. It is a personal friend computer. So when you want to share something to your personal friend, it is shared to father and office computer also. Is it a good plan? No. So tracking the connections later can quickly become confusing and unmanageable. What is unmanageable? Unmanageable of your data, unmanageable of your privacy, unmanageable of information. So as you try to find which computer communicates with and shares resources with which other computers, for example, in a human network, do you share everything with your friends? No, just now we discussed it. In your family network, would you want your parents or guardians to know your every thought? Because we are human beings, we have so many things are there in our mind. We have a specific definition of love, we have a specific definition of friendship, but that should those some parameters are may not be understandable by the parents. So what's the point of discussing those things? No, right? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So I'm trying to connecting that those real-time networks with our computer networks, so it is not possible. So you have your information sharing plan in your head, information sharing plan, and it is important to keep track of it so you don't make a mistake and share something where it was not intended. Sometimes, usually, we have a best example is WhatsApp groups. We have an official group. So sometimes some friends share a not intended by mistake, not intended messages to that official group. Again, they are readily deleted. So before 4 years or 2 years, 2 years back, there is no delete for both option in WhatsApp. Do you know this? I believe that you know that. Delete for both. This option is not available 2 years before. So many things have happened. Just imagine you are sharing something to your close friend or your boyfriend or girlfriend. You are by mistake share the same that particular private photo to the group. Whether it's become so odd, right? So we needed some different plan. So before designing of computer networks, we need to consider all these plans. We need to write all these blueprints. So similar concerns must be considered while designing a computer network. Before you even connect you first computers together, you should have a plan, right? So a network plan, therefore, is a formally created product that shows all the network components and the planned connections between them. Such a plan is also used to manage the various types of information. Your plan should show what types of information are stored where and who is allowed to use each type. This is called network plan, whether it is necessary or not. Yes or no? Just imagine we 52 members are connected to our network through Zoom call. See, Zoom is also designed based on a network plan. For example, I want to chat something. For example, I want to send a personal message. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So here, everyone is visible, right? Everyone. Are you see this?
Sir, we can see only the PPT, sir.
Okay. See, when you want to chart something, there is option called everyone or individual student list also. So before designing of network, Zoom is also a particular network. It is able to connecting multiple peoples for conference purpose or some other purposes. So in this class, for example, I want to do Viva for batch wise. I can create different types of individual classrooms also by using Zoom. So in the same way, computer networks are nothing but there should be a network plan that should contain some intelligence. So what are the devices we need to use to filter those data? And next thing, information management. See here, you know all these things. I'm showing only one point here, information management, information importance. You can read all those points. This one. The hierarchy of information, that more specific the information becomes, the more restricted it should be the what kind of data would be willing. See here. So you can say about your country to public network. You can say state, you can say city and zip code. You can say street address and phone number, but you cannot say your social security, credit card, bank accounts. It is most sensitive data. It is less sensitive data. So according to network plan, your devices should be capable to displaying only necessary details and should not reveal the sensitive data that should be have a particular percentage. For example, to show off your computer, to display our country details, you should not need any password. For example, when someone try to access your computer through a connection, this particular country is open, state is open, city is open, and this should be protected with a password. And these details should be protected with a biometric value or a hand gesture or some other code, PIN code, right? So while designing a network plan, every device should maintain different types of access levels, and for each level, you need to restrict to whom that particular person, whether that person is a family member, he is capable to accessing only specific data. For example, he is the particular member from other network or peer network or office network. He is able to access office data only. A simple thing. Here we in this particular session, as of now, we discussed about what is the purpose of network plan. Through network plan, how can we secure our data? That's it. Any doubts as of now? Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, what is network performance criteria? Same thing, we want to design a network. What is network performance criteria? For example, I have a dedicated connection with 10 Mbps between device 1 or for example, I'm taking one more example here, this time Nikhil and Ram. So Nikhil and Ram, they have a good connection, 10 Mbps. So those two people are communicating with each other. For example, if they want to download or if they want to send a file, a particular 1 GB file, by using 10 Mbps, it may take only 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Now, the same connection is shared by some Mokshagna. Moksha. So, before this Moksha connected to this network, by using 10 Mbps capability, I can download or I can transfer a particular file within 5 minutes. Now, Moksha is also sharing the same network. He is also using same 10 Mbps. Now, my question is whether this 1 GB file is transferred to same 5 minutes?
No, sir. Will increase.
No, right? Why?
Because the network, I mean, the ability of that network is divided among 3 of them. So,
Yeah, perfect. Perfect, exactly. Now, Mehak, Sushant, Supriya. Now, Mehak, Sushant, and Supriya. Again, these 3 members are connected. Can we imagine the same 1 GB file is transferred within 5 minutes? No, right? So what is the conclusion point here? If number of users connected to a network increases, then the performance of the network is, yeah, what happened? What will happen?
decrease.
Decreases. See,
Decrease.
best example is when Getam University, if people are not there, then Wi-Fi levels is peaks. Within 10 minutes, I can download some 2 GB of data, but all students are there. All are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. I'm not even open Google page also. That is a practical condition, right? So to improve the efficiency, to improve the effectiveness of the network, we should consider the count of the people. For example, I want to establish a network between 5 students or 5 members. So for 5 members, what is the bandwidth needed? Minimum bandwidth. I assign the bandwidth and we are limited to 5 members only. But when we are increasing 10 members, automatically you need to increase bandwidth also, right? So you assume that your home contains 5 members, then you assume that 20 Mbps network Wi-Fi is sufficient, Wi-Fi. But when during holidays or some 2 weeks or 3 weeks, all your relatives are coming, it becomes 50 members. Now the same 20 Mbps, the same efficiency can be maintained with 20 members or 50 members? No.
No.
Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
What about others? I'm getting only one response.
Yes, sir.
See, so performance, reliability, security. So performance, it is depend upon number of users increases, the performance of network decreases. If number of users increases, automatically the performance of network decreases. First point. And second point, transmission medium. So we are connected to a LAN, we are connected to a Wi-Fi. Which one is more faster? Which one is more clear? Best example, landline connection phone and mobile phone. Which one is more clear? Of course, landline, because it is a connection oriented, reliable connection. There is no loss of data, right? That is transmission medium, right? And second point, third point is hardware. What is hardware? How can hardware affect the network performance? For example, you have a phone, Samsung, with the 2 GB RAM and a 16 GB hard disk RAM, and only it supposed only a processor of 1 gigahertz or 1 gigahertz. I have a one iPhone that capacity is 64 GB RAM and 128 GB hard disk and 5.6 gigahertz processor. I mean to say, here it can execute 100 instructions per second, but it can execute 1000 instructions per second. Which one is more faster? iPhone or Samsung? In this context, right? Even though your network capabilities, your network can transmit, your network can support 1000 instructions per second. It can transfer, it can receive. Your network, for example, whether it is a LAN connection or a Wi-Fi connection, whatever it may be. But for this network, a device is connected. If the device is Samsung in our context, whether Samsung can utilize this 1000 instructions per second capability, even though your network supports, your network can send 1000 instructions per second from device 1 to device 2, but Samsung can support only 100 instructions per second. Then can we utilize this entire bandwidth? Yeah, please answer.
No, sir.
No. For example, I am replacing the Samsung phone with iPhone. In our example, it can support 1000 instructions per second, 1000 instructions per second, and network also supports 1000 instructions per second. Then the both speeds are same, then performance is high or low. Hope you understand that, but you are not responding properly this time. I don't know what happened.
Accurate, sir. Maybe correct.
Yeah.
Maybe high.
Yeah, of course, high, right? Because hardware is also one of the point to care about network and software. What is software? What is software? For example, you know, Android, one version, recent Android 11 version, right? So it doesn't support 4G, but Android 11 support 4G, right? So automatically 4G means high speed or not. 4G network means high speed or not.
Yes, sir.
But the basic level Android at the time of development of Android versions, the Android version is just a level 1. This particular basic level supports only 1G phone or 2G phones. So in this particular context, even though your network supports 4G speed, but your Android, which is supporting 1G or 2G, there is no compatibility at all. This is also degradation of performance. For example, recently we have a OnePlus Nord. It is a 5G phone. And if your system, your network also becomes a 5G, then just imagine these two are compatible. Because this phone support 5G, because that particular Android version support 5G, in the same manner, your network capability is 5G, these two are compatible, automatically performance is more. So finally, performance depends upon what categories? Number of users, transmission media, hardware and software. Do you understand this point, or we need any explanation about this one?
Clear, sir.
So I request all the students, please post in chat box. If you understand, say yes. If not, no. I'll explain it again. I request all the students, please post a message yes if you understood everything as of now. Okay. So if you are not responding, means you are not following my class. Cool. Right. Thank you very much. This is first criteria. Good. Now, Second point is reliability. What is reliability? What is meant by reliability? That is called the time gap between a failure is more. That means performance is low. If the time gap between a failure is less, then performance is high. For example, there is a wire established inside the earth. That is a construction area. Every time these people are digging those walls, digging those land and sand, and that connection is disconnected, again that particular customer care officers come here and establish a connection. Again they dig here, again establishment. So every time the data is lost, and customers feeling some hectic and facing some problems there. They are not. In best example, I go with the Jio and Airtel. So for example, Jio maintains, or one more best example, we take Jio and BSNL, right? So when two persons are, person one and person two, are communicating, or they are using Jio phone, and during their 1 hour talk, they used to, every day they used to discuss 1 hour, person one to person two. In this 1 hour, maybe due to loss of connection, maybe some network issue, two times that phone disconnected. And other combinations, person 3 and person 4, these are using BSNL. In a 1 hour of conversation, 10 times phone was disconnected due to some issue, some failure of connection, network not reachability. Then person 3, person 4 automatically migrated to Jio. Yes or no? Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
That means here the point is multiple customer. When we are designing a particular network, that network is capable to support and maintaining reliable connection. That is multiple. There is less chance of multiple failures. Best example is all you people are using Code Tantra for your final examinations. So we have, for example, 6 examinations. So almost 5 exams are doing well, but for one exam, due to the server down, due to network issue, your exam will start by 11 o'clock. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
See this one. For example, you are using the Code Tantra, or our Getam University using Code Tantra for 6 times, 6 exams, all the time 6 times failure, 6 days failure. Next time, can we go for Code Tantra software?
No, sir.
No, sir.
That is low reliable. Among 6 combinations, if one failure occurs, we can say that somewhat reliable. But among 6 times, it is failed 6 times, then we call it is a less reliable. We do not support that particular networks, that particular software. So in the simple sense, reliability is measured by frequency of failures, the time to recover from failure, and network robustness and catastrophic events. Even though some power failures or earthquakes, multiple things have happened, you are able to support and bounce back, and we should be on the same procedures. So a network which recovers quickly is more useful. A network must be protected from catastrophic events such as earthquake and fire and theft. Those type of networks are called more reliable. So when we are establishing a network, you need to work with very branded transmission media, and followed by the branded operating systems and operations. And security. What is meant by security? Network security includes protecting data from unauthorized access and viruses. Unauthorized access and viruses. I'll explain the same point clearly by using Wireshark with a practical explanation by next week lab. In this Wireshark, I will show you different types of protocols and whether those protocols are saved or not, are safe or not. If you're using that protocol, how that third-party person extracting your user ID and passwords, I will show everything in next week. But for time being, security means, network plan. What is the main purpose of network plan? To give privacy. So when you share your sensitive data via a network, that particular sensitive data should be shared between intended persons only. Intended persons only, but not illegal persons or third party or unauthorized persons. So your network is capable to suppose that means best example is public network, private network. Which one is more secure? Which one is less secure? Public or private? Private network means it's exactly equal to home network, your home Wi-Fi. Public means when you go to pubs or when we go to railway stations or airport, that entire network is used by a common Wi-Fi. So which one is more secure? Public or private?
Private.
Private networks only. So you want to design a such, for example, when we are working with confidential data, when we are sharing confidential data, then you go for the private networks. When we are sharing your in general public are not secure or no necessity to provide privacy, then you go for the open networks, public networks. So unauthorized access. For a network to be useful, sensitive data must be protected from unauthorized or illegal access and also from active intruder. Intruder means illegal, unauthorized person. If not, it may cause the data loss. To avoid data loss, protection must be accomplished in two levels. One is lower level, user identification codes and passwords are used. At a higher level, we go with the encryption techniques. Encryption means, for example, I can say that I want to send a message, hello, from person 1 to person 2. We are sending as it is, it is called plain text. What I do is, I write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So instead of H, I add +3 characters. So H, 1, 2, 3, third character is K. I replace H with K. And instead of E, +3 character, 1, 2, 3, H. Instead of E, I replace with H. Instead of L, I replace with O. Instead of O, I replace with R. So I am sending this message. This is called encrypted form. This is called ciphertext. Cipher means converted form. Plain text means as it is. But by using encryption, by applying some technique, I'm converting your original message to some ununderstandable message. Nobody knows what is KHOOR. KHOOR. When receiver receives, receiver applying -3. So K -3 watts, 1, 2, 3 H and E L L O. So this type of technique is called encryption decryption. Do you understand? Many combinations are there, but it is a sample example. This is called cipher, Caesar cipher. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Right. And viruses. So anyways, we have antivirus protection softwares and firewalls are there. By using those things, you can protect your data. So even though when we're trying to open some sites in Geetham portal, you can say that that particular item is restricted by the network. Please contact network administrator. That means they can control what are the acceptable things and what are the not acceptable things. So when we are designing our our own networks, you can decide what are the permittable networks or permittable transmission mediums and what are the not permittable. We can protect those things. Right. So next is computer communication. What are the necessities? You can read a point. So as of now, we are explained about networks and network performance. Now, once network is very good, network is secure, network is protected, network is reliable, and performance of the network is very good. But for effective data communication, what are the necessary details? For successful communication, you need the following: a sending device that initiates instructions to transmit data, instruction information, a communication device that connects the sending device to communication. So here, best example is your Wi-Fi is connected to a router. router. This router is connected to another router. And this router is connected to end device, device 2. For example, when you want to send a message from device 1 to device 2, it is not direct. It is connected to some router. For example, I'm using GeoFiber. It is connected, the router related to Geo network. Again, it is connected router to some other network and to this point. So here, communication device means routers. Sending device means device 1. Receiving device means device 2. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? When I go to device 1 to device 2, when you want to send a message from Visakhapatnam to some other friend in US. Here we have an internet service providers through WhatsApp. There it is not a direct attack. Device 1 first send the data to router 1 related to Visakhapatnam. And this router 1 send a message to router 2 of Hyderabad. And this router is supposed to go to Mumbai. And this is connected to some other wells. So here, all these 3 devices are called communication devices. Who actually start communication, that person is called sender. Who intended person to receive the data is called receiver. Do you understand this? So any doubts as of now?
No,
Do you
sir.
understand this? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So just read these 5 points once again for a minute. First thing is a sending device, a communication device, a communication channel, or transmission media, whether it is a connection oriented or connectionless. A communication device that connects to communication channel to receiving device. I mean to say device 1, which is directly connected to router 1, and router 1, router 2, and router 3, and it is device 2. So here device 1 and device 2 are called sender and receiver. All these are called communication devices, and this particular channel is called transmission mediums. Exactly, no. So why do you need so many communication devices? So because communication devices means when the distances are very high, you need a multiple communication devices because of to increase this signal strength. For example, the distance between device 1 and device 2 is 1,000 kilometers. But the router capability, for example, the efficient router capability, it can connect efficiently without data loss, maybe up to 50 kilometers only. Now tell me how many routers we need. I want to send a message from device 1 to device 1, but the distance between device 1 and device 2 is 1,000 kilometers. But router, the range of router is up to 50 kilometers only. Now, how many routers I need?
Almost 20.
20. Simple thing. If you increase the, maybe we have a efficient routers. I said that hardware. You remember that point? Network performance criteria. One of the point is hardware. If your router supports 1,000 kilometers, for example, 1,000 kilometers range, I need only one router, only one communication device, right? There should be a limitation. Now, so effectiveness data communication, these two are important. The effectiveness of data communication system depends on 4 fundamental categories. What is delivery? Delivery means what? For example, if you receive your newspaper for today by tomorrow, whether it is useful. For example, you want to receive a newspaper for today, but you will receive that newspaper by tomorrow, whether it is useful.
No, sir.
No. That means best example is when you try to connect a particular software or a Gmail or a Arogya Setu app for verification purpose, they send a OTP. If you receive this OTP after 1 hour, whether it is useful.
Yes.
Useful. Maximum your OTP availability or OTP validation is up to 10 minutes only to register to that particular software. But you receive this OTP after 1 hour when we are using BSNL. Just example only. So whether we go for BSNL network. All right. So delivery means the system must deliver data to the correct destination. Data must be received by the intended device or user and only by that device or user. It should be sender and receiver should be intended or authorized and within the time. Accuracy. What is accuracy? What is accuracy? You send a message during the transmission of data. For example, we communicating with each other, device 1 or a Kranti device and followed by some Sai. So I tried to say something, but my voice is not audible to Sai. So can we say that the data is accurate? The data is, so we lost some data, right? The system must deliver the data accurately. Data that have been altered in transmission, altered means corrupted or garbled, or it is accessible by third-party person. So that is also not supported. Should be accuracy. Timeliness. So when we are opening a particular YouTube or something, or when we are watching movies, sometimes in some cases, the action or the movie, whatever things we are watching, that is somewhat 5 seconds faster than voice. So voice message transmitting 20 instructions or 20 instructions per second, but video transmission only 10 instructions per second. In this case, when I want to say something, the action and followed by voice is not matched. When it is not matched, what will happen? Are you able to, are you facing this type of problem? When you try to watch some video, the actions are moving fast, but the background voice is somewhat less. There is a
Yes, sir.
time gap between. That is called,
Latency, sir.
there is no time. So you can read this point. The system must deliver data in a timely manner. Data delivered late are useless. In the case of video and audio, timely delivery means delivering data as they are produced in the same order that they are produced and without significant delay. The kind of delivery is called real-time transmission. So when there should be a gap between those two audio and video devices, there is no timeliness. So we should not call it as effective data communication. And fourth is jitter. There should not be a delay. Jitter refers to the variation in the packet arrival time. Same, it is a point, it is the extension point of timeliness. So it is the uneven delay in the delivery of audio or video packets. For example, let us assume that video packets are sent every 3 milliseconds. If some of the packets arrive with 3 minutes delay and others with 4 minutes delay, and even quality in the video as a result, as I explained, the same thing only. So these 4 points are important for data communications efficiently. As of now, any doubts?
No, sir.
So give me some time, up to 2 to 3 classes. Some lectures are like this only. Once you're good with the basics, we will start the hands-on session. You need to understand what is the purpose of network plan. You need to understand what is the importance of data and what is meant by delivery and accuracy and timeliness jitter. Once you get with all these basic concepts, in lab sessions, I will start Whiteshop from next lab sessions onwards. In Whiteshop, I will show you how can we start a packet and how can we send a data, what is the source IP address, what is the destination IP address, and we use different types of application layer protocols. I will explain everything. That's not a worry. So if as of now we don't have any doubts, I will wind up this session. You can discuss. Still we have a 2 minutes of time. If any doubts, you can ask me.
No
I request all
doubts.
the students. Yeah, any doubts, Shreya?
No doubts.
Okay. Nikhil, Shirish,
No, sir.
Abhijit, everything is good or any? Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
If it is a physical class, it will be more productive as compared to online classes. So up to 2 to 3 classes, we following the theory sessions only. Once we good with all the basics, theory sessions may be bore, but it is necessary, compulsory, because you said that you lost some data communication classes. That's why basically data communication is not a part of computer networks, but intentionally I created some of the points on data communications. I explained that point also. Jitter and ping are same. No. Ping is different. Ping just only search for network is reachable or not. Ping only search for network is reachable or not. It doesn't care about delay, but jitter can care about delay and everything. Right. Any more doubts? If not, we'll wind up the session. Okay. Thank you all. Next class, we will meet with some more other concepts, interesting concepts. Thank you.